trial of Jennifer Crumbley is moving one step closer to jury deliberations.
The mother of the Oxford shooter stepped up to the witness stand for the first time in her own defense yesterday. The relationship she once had with her son was the crux of the highly anticipated testimony.
Now, she'll face cross-examination today by the prosecution. Yesterday, dark and disturbing journal entries were shown in court, and they paint a very different picture of Jennifer Crumbley's relationship with her son.
Jennifer Crumbley and her husband James are charged with involuntary manslaughter. Prosecutors allege their negligence played a role in the shooting that killed 4 innocent students and changed the lives of countless others. 7 Action News reporter Peter Maxwell is joining us live from Pontiac with more on the gripping details revealed in court yesterday. Peter.
During the first day of a testimony for Jennifer Crumbley, her attorneys mainly focused on rebutting the prosecution's argument that Jennifer Crumbley was not focused on her son, and she also addressed one of the key arguments and allegations in this trial so far, and that was that she refused to bring her son home on the day of the shooting because after she was being called to the school because of those drawings that one of the teachers found in his notebook.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give as the truth so help you God?
I do.
Jennifer Crumbley, the mother of the Oxford High School shooter, taking a stand on Thursday in a historic trial, testifying in her defense. Crumbley is currently fighting manslaughter charges 2 years after the shooting.
But we did lose a lot.
You lost everything.
We did.
Crumbley and her attorney began by painting a picture of what they were saying was a normal family by showcasing their life.
Us going on vacations at the Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes. I trusted him, and I felt like I had an open door and he can come to me about anything. I mean, I felt as a family where the 3 of us were really close.
However, her son's journal depicted a different story, one that was dark and disturbing. The journal detailing his mental health struggles and repeated messages of his desire to shoot up the school.
In this one, the shooter writes, "I want help, but my parents don't listen to me, and I can't get any help."
The journal was found in the backpack that he brought that day to school. It contained more than 50 papers with drawings of guns. It did not include the drawings done that day, the ones that ultimately sent him to the counselor's office, who says his parents refused to take him home.
There was never a time where I would refuse to take him home. I could easily, if he wanted to go, take him with me. I had no issues with that.
Jennifer claims she never saw those journal entries and never refused or dismissed her son's care. She says they planned on getting her son help as instructed by the school counselor. However, the lead investigator says those efforts never happened in the hours between the meeting and the shooting.
In reviewing the phone logs of Jennifer Crumbley, is there any indication of any phone calls to a facility of that sort?
No.
In fact, any phone calls to any doctor's offices?
No.
Counselor offices?
No.
I yelled in my talk to text, "Ethan, don't do it," because I thought he was going to kill himself.
It was that text message and one of the last ones that she sent her son. Soon after finding out he had the 9mm handgun and before finding out that he killed 4 students and injured many others. During testimony, Jennifer said the responsibility of the gun was mostly her husband's. The two haven't spoken in 2 years. Jennifer said during testimony as a mother she wouldn't have done anything differently, but had a different answer when asked about her son's actions.
If you could change what happened, would you?
Oh, absolutely. I wish he would have killed us instead.
Well, Jennifer Crumbley will be cross-examined by prosecutors. After the attorneys cross-examine her, they will choose to redirect examination, which will address issues raised during the cross-examination. The trial is set to resume at 8:30 this morning in Pontiac.
Well, stay with 7 Action News for continuing coverage of this landmark trial. You'll find updates both on air and online.